Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 21 of my Minecraft server series. Now, the big ring behind me is exactly what we're doing today. So, as I mentioned in my previous episode, we are going to look at, over the next 10 episodes, everything to do with the most recent update of the Stargate mod. Now, I've literally just taken about 10-15 minutes making sure all the mods are updated and that everything is ready and raring to go. So I am literally running on the most recent update, which at the time of this recording I believe is 5.1.1.4. So it's all very exciting. There's so many new features and I can't wait to get stuck in. But first, I feel like we need to sleep and then we'll run through what we're going to be doing. So let's hop to it, shall we? Okay, so our first port of call to even start this whole adventure is to find a buried Stargate somewhere out there in the Minecraft world. Now, the way to do that is via my friend there. So, you trade with a cartographer, and then once you've maxed him out, you get a map to a buried Stargate. Now, this will probably be generated within some new chunks. So when I get the map, it would probably be thousands and thousands and thousands of blocks away. I'll have to see which direction it is and see if I've already got a Stargate near there to see if I can get that way. But I've been doing a lot of preparation, and in this shulker box, I've got paper and I've got glass to trade with this fellow villager. I've also got my emeralds here as well, so this guy can... well, when I trade with the paper, they will grow and I can use all of this stuff to trade with him. Now, I know it's glass panes, so I am going to just run and grab a crafting table from the storage room before we get started. So we'll need to trade with the villager to get the map. Once we find the map, we need to pick up some bits and pieces, pick up all the bits that we gathered last episode, and then head off and find the Stargate. Once we do that, well, I'll tell you what happens after that once we find the Stargate. But I am going to whiz through these trades and max him out so that we can get on this adventure, because just maxing out the villager can take a little bit. So I need to make sure I've got everything and make sure we get the map before we can head out anywhere. So yeah, we're jumping straight into it, hitting the ground running. Let's get started. Okay, so you probably have noticed while I was speeding through all of that, but we have got it. So let's have a look, shall we? So I've maxed out all his trades here. I might have to go pick up some more sugarcane before we leave, just so that we can trade with the cartographer over on the Abydos side so we can get back. But that will sort out in just a minute. So yeah, I've maxed him out. He's now a master, and now he's just unlocked everything. And right down here is the Chopper Eye location map, which needs 14 bookshelves and 8 golden apples. Well, I can get the bookshelves, let's go check the storage room to see if we've got the apples, because if we do, we're in business. If we don't, then we're going to have to craft them. If they're the craftable kind. I didn't quite see. Valuables, valuables, valuables. I think it's these ones. Okay, I should be able to do that. Because whatever we use here... Oh, I need the bookshelves. Whatever we do here will have to be replicated on the Abydos side. There you go. One Chapter I location map. Now, let's pop... what we're going to do. Let's take that one out and that one out. Let's do a little bit of organisation in this chest. That and that can go in there. That can rejoin that. That's fine. I'm going to go put these away in the storage chest. And then we're going to go grab some sugarcane, turn that into paper. And then we'll have a look at the locator map. Okay, let's have a look at this map, shall we? Oh, wow. So you can see, just by the size of our little dot in the top left corner, we actually have to go, and I haven't got my map on. Where are we? So that's north. So we have to go that way. Now, how far? Using what Stargates I do have. This is the furthest Stargate here. I don't think I've got an address for that, which is unfortunate. But I do have a single desert address, which I think will take us here or here. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's this one. But then I can fly up over this way and see how far we get. We might have to continue going all the way down, you see. What I might have to do is use my... Where is it? It's around here somewhere. Where are you? Here it is. So over here, I believe I showed in an earlier episode, this little village here in the middle of nowhere, literally there is nothing around. This little village here is what I've been using on and off now for single player mode. So I can still play on the server, but I don't have to sit down and record anything. I can just come over here and do a little bit of solo playing without worrying about ruining progress for these videos and things like that. So yeah, so I literally have got a Stargate here within this village, but I do have another way of getting here, which is located on this square here. So I might just go that far to see, because it is, as you can see, we are up here just underneath the settings cog. So it might just be close enough to see how far we have to go. So let's sleep and then let's see where we get to, shall we? But that should be everything we need for this adventure. Okay, let's get going, because we will be burning daylight. Right, this is a very, very top secret entrance to my warp pad here. Welcome to my solo village, where I've also been digging yet another pit. I probably could have been cheeky and stolen some coal from here. What do I actually have over here? Hold on. It's been a while since I've been over here. Whee! Do I have anything over here? No coal by the looks of things. But as always, dirt. stone, all the stuff you get from yet another pit. Okay, how far? Oh, we have overshot completely. Which is nice to know, actually. So it's somewhere in the middle. It's somewhere here. So let me get back up to that warp plate. And then I'm going to change my waypoints. Right, let's change these to, where is it, default. And then we're looking for all of those. And now we fly. Now a lot of this is going to be fast forwarded. Okay? So if I find anything along the way, I'll stop and I'll put it into the video. But at this point, we might as well just skip through all of this as I phase in and out of existence because my server can't catch up with me. Who knew you could fly invisible? I'll catch you when we get to the other side. So, just a quick side note, just a quick stop here for 2 seconds, because I happen to notice something on my map here, and I need to add it as a waypoint, because it is very, very useful, and we might come back here to excavate something. Now, it's turning to nighttime, and, of course, I failed to bring a bed. That's better. So yeah, there is something underneath us, and it's one of the new features, and you can just about make it out if you look carefully, but we'll go down and have a look. I also have just remembered something else that I forgot to bring. Oh well. Have a look at this underwater Stargate. There is a guy with a trident. That's not good. I'm going to pick up some of this, though. I wasn't expecting to be bombarded. But yeah, that was a Pegasus Stargate, and it's underwater. Oh, head. Tell me I got the head. Right. Ow. Come up here and get me. Oh, I didn't pick up the head. Where's the head? Oh no, I did pick up the head. That's alright then. Alright, let's eat, and then I'm going to quickly swift this over to Stargates. Because I need to do this before I either die or drown. Or both. Or both. Okay, here we go. I'm so dying, aren't I? Confirm. Up, 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 up. Ooh. Well, my armor took a bit of a beating, but we've managed to secure a Pegasus Stargate. And the reason I've done it in dark aqua is so that I know it's a Pegasus Stargate. So the grey ones, like you see all across the horizon there, they're the Milky Way Stargates. That dark aqua means it's a Pegasus Stargate. And then if we ever come across a what's called a Universe Stargate or a Destiny Stargate, I will do those in one of the other colours. I'll either make it dark grey or black, one of those two, because that's what kind of represents those colours, you know. I'm sure it kind of makes a little bit of sense. I feel like I'm rambling now. Right, let's change those waypoints and let's head back out over yonder. I'm hoping for some land in a minute. Oh well. Back to the time lapse. Okay, so what I've just done there is I came across a village with a waystone and got myself back to my base, just so I can kind of get a feel of whereabouts I need to be going, cause what I can now do is, unfortunately, that village didn't have a Stargate. But now that I'm back at my base, I can use my Stargate and head over to that desert village and see how far we get. Let's go on through. Okay, that is super interesting. So which one are we at? So we're at that one. Okay. So somewhere in between this desert village and my base, somewhere in this black void here, is this Stargate. So I'm going to head up over this way and see what we find. Okay, so as you can see on our little map there on the left hand side, our little dot has gotten just a little bit bigger, so we're getting closer. And as you can see, we've literally just passed, I mean, this is the kind of route we've taken a little bit, but we've just passed through a desert, or we're passing through a desert. I kind of want to stop through and just have a check for any other Stargates, because I like to build my own gate network. And we've already got a fantastic start. Doesn't look like this desert village has got a Stargate, which is unfortunate. Right, let's just continue on before I run out of rockets. Oh, do you know what? Actually, let's head back and we can go to sleep at the village. I think that's a better use of my time. We'll just camp out here. Excellent stuff. What I am going to do is grab another set of that, because I feel like that's going to need that's needed. There we go. That's all good. Right, off we go again. Thing is, we are quite close. The fact that our little blob on the map has increased in size. So let's see how far we get before it grows again. In fact, there we go. Not long at all, we're starting to generate colour on the map. Which means we are incredibly close. There we are on the map. Go on, where did the subjects of Ra put their gate? The server's not liking the lag. I see it, I see it, I see it. It's there. It's right here. It's not liking the chunk generation at the moment. Just going to let it catch up for a little bit. While we do that, we can admire all of this. Just take a look at this mountain. Now, I know it's technically it's a naturally generated mountain from the Biomes Aplenty mod. But then the Stargate mod has gone, nah, we're going to stick a Stargate in that. So clearly, over the years, weathering and other natural occurrences has caused this Stargate to be partially uncovered, which is beneficial for us, because it means we don't have to dig that much. What I am going to do is dig out the entire structure. Now, I need to figure out what that is. What is that? Dried salt. Can I do? It does work better with the pickaxe. So we'll do the sand with the shovel and the other stuff with the axe. Pickaxe, rather. There we go. Now, technically, the only thing we actually need is underneath this central bit here. And actually, we can get to it from here. It's that there. That's what we need. That address right there. Which we just about can't quite get the whole thing in, which is unfortunate. But we can reach it and we can take it, but I want to uncover it because it's a completely different gate underneath this, or at least so it should be. So I'm expecting it to be. So in previous iterations of this Stargate mod, there have been, what, 3, maybe 4 different types of Stargate. In this iteration of the Stargate mod, there are now 5 or 6. So you've got the main 3, you've got the Milky Way, the Pegasus, and the Destiny/Universe Gate. Then you've got the All-In Gate, which has been present in previous versions. And then we've got the Tolan Gate, which we've got over at Spawn. And we've got the movie Stargate, which is where the whole franchise began, with one singular movie done in 1994. And it's from that film the TV series was born from. and it's arguably one of the best sci-fi shows out there. And they're coming back with a new series at some point in the next year or two. It's in development. They're in the writer's room at the moment. New Stargate is coming, and the whole franchise, the whole fan base is so excited. But do you know what I'm excited for? This Stargate here. Look, it's there. Now, in theory, this gate should be the movie Stargate. And you can tell it's the movie Stargate because the chevrons, instead of being two-toned, they're completely grey. There is no colour on this gate whatsoever, because when they made the movie, they didn't know it was going to be made into a series, and there was all sorts of production reasons behind the scenes and things like that. But then when they made the series, they made a couple of aesthetic changes to the gate, and yeah, that's the Stargate there. So I'm going to work on uncovering this glorious machine, and then we'll take this gate address and we'll find the nearest village. And do you know what? I was going to go back to the base and dial Abydos from the base, but if there's a village nearby with a Stargate, we might as well just do it there. There it is, the entire gate uncovered. Right, let's set up my shulker. No, it's the ender chest I need, not the shulker. I can pick that up in a minute. There we go. And what we're going to need is we're going to need 2 of those and 1 of those. And I think, yeah. The chapel allocator map can go in there. So firstly, we're going to stick the notebook page in the offhand, and we're going to take our black chalk in our main hand, and we're just going to right click the cartouche here, like so. And now we've got the gate address to Abydos. Which we can now take anywhere. So we're going to put that back, but I'm going to use the other one for this one. So this is the Abydos one. I am going to take that and I'm going to pop that at the top. So it's the unnamed one above spawn. Is the Abydos one. We'll rename it later. Take it out of the notebook and rename it. But we are basically all set to go now. Come on. There we go. Right, having a look at our map. Are there any villages nearby with a Stargate? This one didn't have a Stargate. But this one might have. So I'm going to head back over that way in the dark and see what I can find. There we go. We're not going to go all the way to Luke's. We're just going to head over this way. I mean, this all looks fantastic. Oh, hello. That's a new structure. I don't think that's from the Stargate mod, though. How can you not have a gate? Come on. I think they have upped the rarity of a Stargate, to be fair. But what is this? This is really cool. Dead bushes. A chest full of dead bushes. Oh, but pillager flags. Nice. We have... actually, yeah, let's do that. I don't really need a crossbow, that's fine. And they can go in here as well. I've got massively sidetracked now. I sincerely apologise. This is awesome. And I'm guessing there's a way to get up on the balcony though. It's up here, isn't it? This is it. This is it. I've just never seen the structure before. I do apologise, folks. Fire protection. I'll take it. More arrows. Never say no to arrows. I mean, I should probably be taking these horns as well. Nice axe. Unfortunately, I've already kind of got one. There you go. Fly free. Ah, waystone. I can get back home. Right, let's go around and pick up all of these. Right, I think we can come back here. Let's get to that waystone and get home before we end up dying in the rain. Which will inevitably get us home anyway, but that's beside the point. And we're back. So yeah, this whole first episode was just finding that buried Stargate. Now that we've found that buried Stargate, we can mosey on through and... How many is it that we needed? Sorry, slight another sidetrack. 24 ominous banners. 7 plus 11, that's 18, isn't it? 18, 19, 20. No, that's not. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I can't seem to stack those. 24, 24. We've got everything now. Yeah, because that plus that is 17, plus 7 is 24. That's excellent. Once we have finished with the Stargate mod, we're going to take the contents of this chest and take it to the coordinates within the book. But that's something checked off our to-do list. Project Sand. Okay, let's head over to the Stargate. Here it is, the moment of truth. This is the gate address that started it all. Back in 1994. It's the very reason I can do this very same thing in the land of Minecraft. That is Chevron 7 locked. And we have a stable connection. Let's turn that off. And I think I'm going to leave it and end the episode right here. In the next episode, we'll have a look at what's on the other side of the gate, do a little bit of exploration, and see what else this mod has to offer. I hope you've enjoyed this journey to find the buried Stargate and start our deep dive into the Stargate mod. And until I see you in the next episode, have a good one for me.